Moving to France for your studies sounds absolutely exciting, and it is, but you still have to figure out a few things like transport, food, healthcare, and even how to pay your friends back after pizza night. But after 4 years of living in France, here are some apps that are absolutely essential for you as a student. Let's get into it. So the first app you will need is SNCF Connect. This is the app for all of the trains, TER, TGV, Ennui, all sorts, right? The whole shebang. And if you live in Paris, this is where you can also store your tickets. So you could get your tickets on your phone and then just scan it in a bus or go before going into the metro. It's very convenient. If you're traveling from like Lyon to Paris or Marseille to Nice, like anything, this is the app where you will buy your train tickets, and it's just very convenient because you can buy it, you get a QR code on the app, which is very easily accessible. You just show that to the ticket collector and bam, like it's just very straightforward. And also, sometimes prices are lower on the app than on the website. So yeah, pretty basic advice, but we'll get into some more apps right after this, which are going to be absolutely helpful. Now, if trains are too expensive, then Flixbus is your best friend, because it is just very convenient and very affordable. I did an internship in Grenoble last year, and I was making frequent trips between Lyon and Grenoble. Flixbus just cost me €5 for an hour and a half journey, which was brilliant because I could just go back and forth Lyon and Grenoble very often. Whereas the train costed me €20 per journey. So it really wasn't worth it to take the train. Also, les francophones, je sais que la prononciation est Grenoble, mais quand je parle anglais, c'est très difficile à prononcer. I know French people, they love to complain about Flixbus, but for me, I've had mostly a positive experience. Just don't expect it to arrive on the exact minute. It might be 5-10 minutes late, so just get to the bus station like 15 minutes early and just make sure that your schedule is a little bit flexible, plus minus 30 to 40 minutes. So that's really one trade-off for Flixbus being very affordable. Now, app number 3, Leboncoin. So Leboncoin is a place where you can buy a lot of second-hand items. So you may be able to find like furniture, electronics, bikes, pretty much anything and everything is here if you want it second-hand. If you're from India, then maybe OLX might be the most similar app. If you're from Malaysia, then maybe Carousel or Muda is very similar. But look, one thing that you should know about Leboncoin is it is very, very unregulated. So there are a lot of scams on there. So although you may be able to find a lot of legit good deals, it is still great to find a lot of good stuff. But there are still a lot of scams and the regulation over there is not really that great. This is what I have done in my experience to make sure I was not getting scammed. Do not send anything to the seller. Don't fall for this whole down payment stuff on buying a bike. Don't. If the seller is saying like, if you want the sale to really go through, send me 30% of the money first. Do not fall for this. It is most likely a scam. No seller should ever be able to do this. What you should do, and this is what I've done in my experience, get the money in cash, go with a friend, ideally have this friend be a French speaker or a French person who knows the city, meet the seller in a public place, have a look at the item, make sure it meets your standards, and then you can hand over the cash to the seller and get your item. Try not to enter somebody's home unless you absolutely need to. If it's like a piece of furniture, right? Then yes, bring a friend just to be on the safer side. I'm not saying this to scare any of you. I just want it to be, rather safe than sorry sort of situation. So just follow my advice with this one very strictly. Truth is, these scams are around quite a lot, and many people, especially foreigners who are new to the country, fall for these scams. So just have your antennas up whenever you're using Leboncoin. If a deal looks too good to be true, it probably is. Alright, app number 4. And I'm about to reveal to you something that a lot of people do not know. But hey, if you are one of the few people that found this YouTube video in the first place, I think you deserve to know. This is an app that every broke student needs, right? If you are low on money, you should go for this app. In France, bakeries and some restaurants, they make fresh food every single day, but sometimes they can't sell all of it. So they sell things for a discounted price on Too Good To Go. So sometimes you can get like a bag of croissants, baguettes, pastries, all for like €2, which is a very, very good deal. But there is a catch. There is a catch for all of these good deals. The catch is that you will never know exactly what you are getting. For example, if there's a pizza place, you know that you're getting a pizza, but you don't know what kind of pizza. That's for them to know and for you to find out. But if you're okay with surprises and if you really want to save money, then this app is gold. Now, the next app that I'm going to tell you about is going to save your life, literally, Doctolib. On Doctolib, you can book your doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, even like specialist appointments, and you can do it all in English because the Doctolib app comes in English. So you can do all sorts. You can have a look at all the specialists in your area, book an appointment very easily with Doctolib. So when I arrived in France in 2021, I had no clue about Doctolib. I had no idea it existed. And you know what life was like back in 2021. We were still going through the pandemic. And so the French government had mandated getting a third vaccination, at least for all foreigners. So I was trying to book an appointment at a clinic where the doctors spoke English so that I could easily get my vaccination done. I was on Google looking for clinics and I was calling those numbers with my non-existent French, asking them if I could come and get an appointment. And it was just a nightmare. Like no one could understand me and booking appointments by phone was just not the way to go for me. That was until I found Doctolib. And so I found a specialist in my area and I was able to just book the appointment seamlessly in English. Now this one's going to be a little bit niche, but if you have a tablet and you're considering taking notes on your tablet, you should definitely get Notewise because it has helped me a lot. I cannot recommend this app more if you're going to take notes on a tablet. I've been using it for a year and a half and it's just brilliant. I paid like 12 euros for it. It's a little bit pricey, but fortunately it was a one-time fee. So it's not like those other note-taking apps where you have to pay a monthly subscription and then you end up spending a lot of money that you just shouldn't be on a note-taking app. It gets frequent updates and it just gets better and better every time. So I've used it for a lot of my engineering lectures and it just feels smooth and my notes look properly organized. Free apps are okay, but Notewise is just more suited for students. So I really recommend downloading Notewise if you have or are planning to get a tablet. Now look, how are you going to pay for pizza night, right? Everyone's on a tight budget, but there's that one friend who has gone and bought all the pizzas, and so now you have to pay him back your share. How are you going to do that? You can use like proper bank transfers, but sometimes they are just slow, and oh my gosh, in France, banking is such a nightmare sometimes. It takes like 2 days for the money to arrive in your friend's account. So it's just not practical if you're using your traditional banks. I recommend getting Lydia or Sumeria. Think of it as like French Venmo, right? Or like GPay or PhonePe in India or Touch and Go e-wallet in Malaysia. Like you can either put in your friend's phone number and then bam, just send them money instantly. Or you can generate a QR code and have your friend scan it. Like it's just very, very convenient. However, I must say like this is only really popular amongst students. I haven't really seen anyone else apart from students really using Sumeria. But if let's say you do want to spend the money in your Sumeria account, you can order a bank card which is linked to your Sumeria account and you can just use it like a regular payment card. I highly recommend it, especially if you're going to transfer money amongst your friends. Now here's a bonus app that helped me a lot living in France. Dott. It's an electric scooter and bike rental service that you will see across French cities. So if you're late for class and you don't feel like walking 25 minutes, just grab a Dott trottinette. Trottinette is scooter. I don't know why I said the French word. So you just unlock it with the app, pay by the minute, and then you're on your way. So you do get a few free rides when you first sign up with Dott, but the moment you use them and you become a regular user, it can get quite pricey. It costs me sometimes 3 euros to just ride for 6 minutes to get to class. So I would recommend only using it in emergencies. If let's say you are running late for class and you would rather pay 3 euros than show up late to class, then absolutely, just have Dott at hand. Also, just be careful around cobblestone roads if you are going to use the scooter because cobblestone road plus electric scooter, it does not end well usually. So, just ride slowly and follow all the safety rules on the app. So yeah, if you are moving to France soon, then these are some apps that I definitely recommend getting on your phone. You can let me know which app is the most useful for you in the comments. And I'll also link my other video for you to watch, which are 6 things that you must know before studying in France. That one will definitely clear up a lot of misconceptions that you may have about France.